Marshmallow, please. Welcome back to another video. This one is an exciting one because today I'm taking you through my TN collections and which one is actually my favorite and things like that. So it's a little bit of a hybrid video. I know this monthly video I usually favorite only, but today I figured I will talk about my collection and tell you which one's my favorite. So it's like 2 in 1, because if I only talk about my favorite one, it'll take me like 5 minutes. But you know what, I can talk about Traveler's Notebook for a long time, so maybe it'll end up being a longer anyway, but we shall see. But I thought I'll do the collection thing because I don't actually have that much compared to some people, because I'm not really a collector. I only get Traveler's Notebook that really speaks to me and I really like. So with lots of the limited edition, I have to really love it to get it. So something like the Tokyo edition, I was like mulling about for a while, and I told myself, you know, to hold back because I'm not immediately in love with it, right? So I held back for that one, and I figured if I still like it, because they said there were gonna be another drop coming in a few months, so if I really love it that much, next time it drops again, I will get it. At this point, I don't know yet, because I actually wanted the black wing a little bit more, but it's a little bit harder to get. So maybe by the time it drops by, if black wing didn't come out again, I might get the Tokyo, because I actually do really love the black leather. We'll talk about that as well, which one's my favorite leather, which one's my favorite designs, and things like that. I probably won't go through what's in there because that's usually my techokaigi. I'll link it down below. But with me, I like to be able to use all my Traveler's Notebook. I know some people just collect them and, you know, rotate through them, which is completely fine, because I mean, it's your notebook, you can do what you want with it. But for me, if I don't use a cover, I feel kind of guilty because, you know, I'm not using it to its full capabilities, like the way it's meant to be used. And I feel like because of that time that I got an olive that was such in bad condition because it's been just stored for 5 years, I feel like, oh, I don't really want any of my covers to, you know, sit and crinkle in the shadows for 5 years or something like that. So I really like to be able to actually use my cover, even though some of this journal doesn't get touched very often compared to others, but still on display, it's still being used, it still houses something. So that's how I like to do it. I'm not judging anyone that does it any other way, but that's just personally how I use mine. So okay, let's get started. What I might do is I might go through it chronologically, which meant that I will go through the covers I got first and why I got it, and you know, those kind of stuff. So let's just get started. Okay, I don't know if I should divide it with the sizes, but I think I'm just going to do it all at once. So my first Traveler's Notebook is actually this one. It's the blue one. It's a blue Traveler's Notebook regular. Back then they weren't doing any like special limited edition release, but this was my first one. I really like it, and the elastic is a little bit bad now because I've used it so much, because this is also my EDC and I bring it around a lot. So just started tying knots on the top and on the bottom. This one, oh no, the top doesn't have a knot, but just started tying knots just to make it tighter. So yeah, this is my EDC. If I go out to take notes and stuff, this is the one I usually take. It's a little bit more smoother, and I don't mind it getting scratched as much, because you can see it already has a lot of scratches and things like that. So I didn't mind it getting scratched, because so this is my EDC. I feel like people would ask how it is still so shiny, because it's been, this is 2024. I think it's been 6 years since I got this, I think. But I actually condition them sometimes, so that's why it's shiny. But I'll link you to my Traveler's Notebook beginner how-to videos if you want to know about how to actually condition them and stuff. I do recommend you to condition them, just because I like the shiny look, because I know some people like the dry look, but I actually do like the shiny look. So this is my first one. Also a special place in my heart because this is the one that started it all. So it's my EDC. So after I got that one, this was my second one, And this one was a little special as well because this is actually my favorite leather. So out of everything, my favorite leather is always the camel one. I really love how it's fluffy. This one is not fluffy anymore because it's been used a lot. As you can see, there's this little mark here because I accidentally, like, I had one of those. Okay, it's actually this one. Had this open when I was journaling and I didn't close it, and then it just flops like that. So it got some marks. I tried to get rid of it, but I didn't. I'm not so successful, but I've learned to live with it. I mean, it's a part of, it's like a battle scar, right? But this is actually my favorite leather. Really love this one. I got this second, and it usually houses my collage art journals and stuff like that, but this is still my favorite leather of all time, like all the camels, because it's just so soft and fluffy, and I just really love running my hands through it. So if you're a fan of fluffy soft leather, this one is the one I recommend because it's the fluffiest out of everyone. So there you go. So that's my second one. And then after that, I'm pretty sure I went to a passport. Oh, this money that came out of the little zip. So with the passport, I think I got the brown one first because I wanted another color basically, and I wanted another size. I did try it on a little on an insert, and actually like very like this, I really like the cute size, so I do get the brown one. It's very scratched up because this is my EDC, not EDC, this is actually this is what I use for my wallet. So it has money, that's why one fell off, and all my cards and a little weekly thing. I wasn't meant to go through this, but a little scratch paper where I like test and stuff, and monthly, so I can like write down events and stuff like that. But for a more in-depth look on my travels notebook wallet, I will link up a video because I did go through it in depth, how I set it up, tips and tricks and those kind of stuff. So I won't do a long introduction here, but I'll link up the video if you want to watch that one. And then my fourth one is the camel because I just love the I just really love the leather. I don't know how many times I can say it, but I just really love the camel leather. So I did get a smaller one, a smaller passport version, and this one just holds my collage journaling stuff. I don't use passport too much, but I actually do really like the size, but it's so cute. But yeah, this is my fourth travels notebook. So there you go, put it back here. And then after that, it's a little bit fuzzy. I think I got this one after. So one of the stationery shop, I didn't even know, it was like a news agency near the station, and my friend told me that, hey, they're running a really good sale because they're closing down. This is right after COVID. So I went there, and they actually have travels notebook, guys. They have travels notebook for 50% off. Like, you never can get a travels notebook for 50% off. So I grabbed myself a black just because that's the only color I don't have at this stage, right? Except the olive, but that's another different story. But at this stage, let me move it to the side. At this stage, this is the colors I have. So I almost have other colors. The olive wasn't out yet, so I was like, I want a black one just to, like, you know, complete the color. So I got this one, and luckily they still have it. They still have two actually of the standard version. So I got two. I got one for myself, and then I got one for my dad's birthday because he's also like quite an analog person. Like, he writes and stuff. So I did get him this for his birthday a few years ago, and then the next year I think I gave him a Twispy pen, which he loves. So I feel like I'm slowly, like, you know, influencing him, even though he's always been a stationary person. It's cute because whenever we go anywhere, he is the happiest when I buy him pens. Like, when I go travel and I come back and buy him pens, he's the happiest when he gets pens. I don't know why. Even if it's like just pens from my hotel or something, he just likes pens. So I think you know now that that's where all the stationery love comes from, I guess, because he did open a stationery store when I was in high school and things like that. But that's another different life story, and I won't get into that because I think I went into out of tangent already a lot. So I got this for a really nice price, and I don't know if it's of all the leathers like this, because one of my friend has a black TN as well, but the leather feels a little bit different. This one is actually a little bit fluffy, not as fluffy as the camel one, but still very soft and not smooth. You'll get what I mean when I do this. And can you see that this one is like a matte finish, whereas this one is a little bit more shiny and smooth. So if you move it towards the light like that, this one actually reflects a lot of light. This one doesn't. It's very matte, which I love. I love this texture after the camel just because it's still a little bit fluffy and it doesn't take scratches. That's what I love, right, about this and the camel. They don't get scratched easily, because I personally don't like the scratch up look. It gives it character, sure, but I don't know, I just really like smooth things. I like things that looks brand new and smooth and shiny and things like that. So to each their own, I guess, but that's my preference. So really love this leather. It looks so good, even though I use it quite a lot, and not as much as my other ones, but it does still get used sometimes. It has my Happy Mail journal and some other things. So I really love this leather as well. I'm so glad that I got this one and not the smooth one. This is why the Tokyo and the Blackwing really makes me want them, because from the images it looks like it's this leather and not the smooth leather on the blue one. So I'm really drawn towards that leather. So this is my second favorite leather. So yeah, so that's my fifth travels notebook. Then after that, they started coming out with the special edition ones. So even though I already have 5, I ended up buying more. So I think my next one is actually this one, the Travels Records one. I really need to clean this, but I just really like doing this. That's why it's grubby with my fingerprints. But this is the Travels Notebook Records, part of the limited edition drop April 2 years ago maybe. But I really like this. I wasn't gonna get this. I was gonna half it with my friend Maddie. I just wanted like the charms and the stamps and everything, and she wanted the cover. But when I got it, I just really like it. I just really wanted it. So in the end, me and her, we both got like our own sets and stuff like that. But I really like it. It's like the camel is forever my favorite leather, even though this one's a little bit dark compared to my other camels, because like if you put this side by side, you can tell that this is much lighter than this. And I feel like the embossing would look much better on this leather, just because it'll pop up more. Like this one, you can't really tell the embossing that much. Like it doesn't stand out as much as if it is in another leather. Like if we compare it to this, sorry to jump to this one, even though it's like way down the line, but if you compare side by side, you can tell that the diner has way more contrast. The embossing has way more contrast against the leather compared to this one. So yeah, I really like the design, so I did get it, but I wish the leather is a tinier bit lighter, but I still love it. So that's my Travels Notebook Records. I only got that one out of the 4 limited edition drop, the first one, and then I keep seeing the hotel everywhere, and I am one of those people that really likes rose gold colored things. So when I keep seeing it, I was really drawn to it, even though the brown isn't my favorite leather. But I don't know, something about it is just so nice. I think it's to do the room key and the lettering here and everything. So on the second drop, I did get the hotel. I thought about it for a few months until the second drop, and then when the second drop hits, I decided to get it because it's just really lovely as well. This houses my favorite journal that is dormant because we don't do the monthly favorites the same way anymore. And some things like this is my quarterly planning insert. and my junk journal, like literal junk. This is where I paste packaging that I don't want to throw away. But we're not meant to get into details on what's in it. Come on, Mark, because I feel like if I do that, it'll be too long. Like whenever I do techokagis, it's like 30 minutes plus, and I don't want this to go that long. Even though now I'm already recording for 15 minutes. So really like this one as well. Really love the look, and the rose gold really gets to me. It looks so nice against the brown. So really love this one as well, even though the leather is not my favorite because it scratches a lot. But because this one I just use it at home, so it's okay. And I have my charms pretty loose because I don't want it to like press against the leather, because you get some of this, like this one already has some of it, like that little dent. Don't know if you can see, but don't like dents, don't like scratches. Just like things to stay pristine, please. Okay, and then the next one on the line is my diner Tien. This one also is a little bit funny because I don't love it like straight away. I have this thing about Travel's Notebook where it's like when I first see it, sometimes I'm not loving it straight away, but as I look at it, it just grows on me, you know what I mean? This one I actually got because in Sydney you can only get this if you go to like a Travel's Diner event. So Discovery you can only get with the partner stores, and there's one in Sydney, and they do a little event where it's like they sell this and then they get everyone to just, because there's a stamp as well, so it comes with a stamp, not for me, but it comes with a stamp that this shop has, so you'll be able to stamp those and stuff on the night. But I just want to go for the community and stuff like that, and I figured, you know what, if I really don't like it, then I can always sell it, because it's really hard to get, because that store only get 10, right? Got the tickets like two minutes after it came out, and I actually got in. I think I was one of the last ones, but I got in, so I got there, I bought it, and then when I got home, I'm like, I'm not going to sell this. It looks so nice, and it's on my favorite leather, so it's harder to part with it because it is my favorite leather. But I really love it. I love the little like mug charm as well, so in the end I kept it and I love it. This one has my inky stuff and my tea journal basically, so we're not gonna get into insides, but yeah. So that's my, what is this, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, that's my 7th Travel's Notebook. I think this is getting excessive, but I'm not a collector. I just really love some of this, like, you know, the limited edition and some of the leathers. Like if I was to get in these days, I probably wouldn't get the main normal colors. I'll just get the limited edition. But when I got into Travel's Notebook, there's not a lot of limited edition, so I did get like the normal versions and stuff like that. And then my latest one is this beautiful olive one. It's a little bit funny because let me give you a little bit of backstory. You probably know this if you're looking at Tien videos, but in case you didn't know, the backstory is that they released the olive as a limited edition during 2017, I think. Yeah, 2017, because I remember it was a year before I got into Travel's Notebook. So 2017, they released an olive, and then it's a limited edition batch, and then a lot of like the scalpers kind of like hoard it and then sell it for really expensive. So in 2022, we didn't know that they were going to come out with like a regular version, right? Because it has been so long and they haven't said anything. So one of the year, I think it was 2022, I decided that for my birthday I'm going to give myself a limited edition olive, but it was like $500, not kidding you. I did pay for it. When it comes in, it was a little bit like the texture was really bad, like it was really scaly, and for something that is like $500, I was really heartbroken that it has that scale. So like I had it for a few days and then I decided to return it. So I returned it, got all my money back, and I'm so glad I did it, you guys, or else I'll be holding on to a $500 limited edition olive that I didn't love, and then they're gonna come out with regular edition, you know. So I guess I avoided that because it was like a bad quality. That was what started me not wanting to just keep things in a box and use it, because I feel like these are made to be used. These are made to be, like, you know, held in your hands and patinaed with your hand oil or whatever. So I really don't want to keep them in a box. They're just too beautiful to not use. So as much as possible, I try to use all my TNs because they're precious to me. So when it comes out, I pre-ordered, I think, because I just can't wait to have it. But it's in my hands, and it's my second favorite color, but third favorite leather, I think. So favorite color goes from camel, olive, brown, and then blue, and then black. So that's my favorite colors. But if leather feel goes from camel to black to olive, and then the brown and the blue is in the same level. So that's why camel is my favorite. It's my favorite color. And actually, I will change my mind. I do like, okay, I don't know if, like, colors wise, if I like the camel or the olive more. I really like both. But okay, this is the thing, right? If it's this nice lighter camel, I like it more than the olive. But if it's this darker camel, I like the olive more, if that makes sense. But yeah, I'm a mess with my thought. This is such a messy favorite video because I'm just like talking whatever. I'm like taking you to the history of when I'm getting my TNs and what the order and what I like, and everything is just baked in. So it's very like there's no structure to this video, and I hope you're okay with that. My brain is still a bit fried because I just did a 2-day market, but I just have to get this out because I need to post it up for next week. So I'm not usually this scatterbrain, but hope you excuse that. But so I was talking about color. So this one would be my favorite before the olive, but this one would be my favorite after the olive, even though they're the same camel, you know what I mean? Because the way they treat leather, it just doesn't come out with the same color every time. So that's that. So color wise, this camel and then olive, so they're around the same area, but I like this one slightly more. And then yeah, it's the same, and then it's the brown, and then the blue, and then the black. Before leather feel, it's definitely camel for us, and then the black, and then olive, and then brown and blue is the same. Maybe the blue one a little bit more, just because I think they got shinier more than the brown. Or maybe I just need to condition my brown again. So, and a bonus, this is not actually a traveler's notebook TN. This one is the one I got from then on. It's funny because I always mention it. I always say it from then on, but it's actually from then on, you know? I don't know why I go that route, but someone mentioned it to me and I'm like, oh, now everything makes sense. But this one is actually leather from then on. And I got my good friend Maddie to cut this down for me so I can fit as an A6 notebook. So this is my traveler's notebook for an A6. It's not originally this size. It's been cut by my friend and she stamped it because I'm always too scared to stamp things on my traveler's notebook. So I got her to stamp it and it's really gorgeous. It just forever reminds me of her. And I just have like I actually really like A6 notebook more than the passport. Maybe a little bit controversial because this is a TN video, but I just feel like you get a little bit more space, that it's not as cramped, because I feel like some of these spreads in my A6 I really love. So I really love A6 a little bit more than the passport, but I like that size. But my favorite size is definitely the TN standard. So this is another one that I have as well. This is not the official TN, but I like it anyway. I do have a comparison between the olive and the from the non. I think twice I made it. One when I had that limited edition one that I returned, and one when I actually get this the regular version olive, and then I did a comparison again. So if I remember, I'll leave the link down below as well. I have been talking for 25 minutes plus, you guys, but I thought this wasn't going to be long, but it was a little bit rambly because my brains are a little bit all over the place. But I hope you enjoyed that look into some of my travels notebook anyway, because I really love talking about my travels notebook. So if you have any other like video ideas you want me to talk about the travels notebook, hit me up with it, because I can sit here and talk half an hour about travels notebook and not be bored. And hopefully you guys actually like me talking about travels notebook as well, because I feel like that's all I talk about. But thank you so much for watching this. I hope it's useful. I don't know, I hope it's entertaining. I don't think this one's any useful, because I'm just taking you through things that I love. But I just hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, if there's any video ideas, hit me up, because I love to make videos that you want to know about as well. And I guess that's it. I'll link all the videos I mentioned down below, and I will see you on my next one. I hope you take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.